Hi, this is Podcast.Center. This is Neil Hanwad, CEO, founder, and president of titles.news. We're just going to get right into it. In an interview done on November 24th, 2020, former President Barack Obama sits with Speedy Morman of Complex News in a segment called 360, where the president discusses the importance of comparing news information.
On a more serious note, and on maybe all fronts, it feels like this is the biggest divide that I've lived through, whether it's racial, whether it's financial, in almost every way that I can think of. Quote from your book that sticks out, or you may have said it in an interview actually. You say, "I come out of this book very worried about the degree to which we do not have a common baseline of fact." I want to share with you my experience of watching the presidential debates. This is I've covered elections, the last election, but when I was watching the presidential debates, I tried to come into it with an open mind. Right. And so what I would do is I would flip back and forth between Fox News and CNN. And after watching, when presented with the identical content, right, we all watch the same debate. If I put on Fox News, the lower third would say, Biden stumbles through debate. And then I put on CNN and it says, Trump stumbles through debate. It seems as though we have a real issue here if there is so much up for debate when we are presented with the same thing. Can you help diagnose this problem and maybe give us a solution? What is going on?
It has to do with the fact that the media is now splintered into 1,000 pieces. When I was very young, you had three TV stations, 3 broadcast networks. And you had maybe a handful of papers that were national. And all of the journalists kind of followed the same playbook and reported on the same thing in the same way. And so whether you were conservative, liberal, black, white, you basically got the same information, and then you'd have arguments, but you were kind of occupying the same headspace. And what has happened now, you've got not just 1,000 channels, on your cable or direct TV. Not only do you have all kinds of different news outlets, but the internet and social media. So what happens then is people start choosing what information they want that reinforces their biases, that tells them what they want to hear, not necessarily what they need to hear. Facts do matter. Reality will bite. We're going to have to find ways in which, particularly social media outlets now, are more careful about distributing misinformation. And that's a hard thing to do without engaging in the kind of censorship that is not part of our tradition. This is not unique to the right. The left, you see doing it too. Just believing stuff because it's on your phone. And one thing that I want all of us, particularly young people, to do, and I talk to Malia and Sasha about this sometimes, is do a little fact checking on your sources, right? Just because somebody post something on Instagram doesn't make it true. And I think we have a habit now of, just because the format's nice and it looks like, oh, that looks official, that we automatically accept it. And I think we've got to develop our own filters of recognizing, if I read something that sounds crazy, well, let me see if I can check with some other sources before I forward that information.
This has been former President Barack Obama speaking on the importance of comparing news, promoting his new book titled A Promised Land, available now. Complex News, the Barack Obama interview 360 with Speedy Morman. The full link is provided in the bio below. You are listening to Podcast.Center, Titles Studios, titles.news. Like, comment, and subscribe. 5 topics, 47 sources. Be sure to check out titles.news today